The answer is yes. It's both. See, this question drove me absolutely insane for years, and I couldn't figure it out. And finally, after a lot of meditation and a lot of thinking and a lot of research and a lot of reading books and listening to, teachers, spiritual teachers and psychological teachers and life teachers of all sorts, I came to the conclusion that people who are connected to the universe, people who are connected to the higher self, can in fact see what the future may bring. And if you don't know what palmistry is, it's when people can fortune tell and read the lines on your palm to know what your personality is, but also what the future might bring into your life. When I was little, I lived with my great-grandma in a small village in Ukraine for a little while, and I was surrounded by many amazing women who were into palmistry. And every time one of them looked at my little 4 or 5-year-old palms, they were in disbelief because I just had a massive amount of lines. And every single one of them said, "Wow, you're gonna have an interesting life, such an interesting life." And I'll tell you, they were right. But let's get back to destiny. Yes, we have a certain predetermined path. Yes, we do. But can we change it? Yes, we can. We actually have many crossroads, and I remember a few of mine. So here is some story time for you guys. When I was in my late teens, I led a pretty self-destructive lifestyle and self-medicated the pain and sadness I was carrying from my childhood with me back then with drugs and alcohol. But then suddenly, about 2 years into this, at about 19 years old, I stepped away from my so-called friends who were really just party buddies and spent a lot of time alone. Went and got a college application at the local college and started going to the beach to meditate. Mind you, that was a huge lifestyle change, and I didn't read a self-help book that helped me see something was wrong with my life. I didn't see a therapist. I didn't really do anything. It just happened. I got sick of everything and started finding my true self. Until one day I lost her again for a few more years, but that's a whole different story. And there are also things that are possibly on your path. That means they can be yours very easily and you just have to reach for them and grab them. That's why it's easier to manifest some things than others. And then you visualize something else and it's so easy, it just flows. And that means the thing that is super hard to visualize, like you're gonna still manifest it, it's just gonna be really tough because it's not on your path. And you can go from your path, but it's really tough to do that. It's just so much easier to find the things that are on your path. And that's your destiny, and that's ultimately what you're here to do anyway. Another reason it might be hard to visualize something, by the way, is that it might be, you have to really ask yourself, do I really want this? Because a lot of the time we have the society telling us what we should want, and our parents and our friends even telling us what we should be wanting. That might not be what we actually want, but because we keep hearing about it all throughout our lives, we think we want it. So it's a really good idea to actually dig deeper and find out, is this the thing that I want? Like, do I actually want this thing? One way to know if what you're manifesting is on your path and it's just gonna be so easy and you're gonna just reach out and grab it, or if it's not on your path and you're gonna have to work really hard for it, is to use your intuition. Now, I feel like I can make a whole separate video on intuition because it's such an important topic, and a lot of people don't use it. And it's like not using one of your muscles. It's there for a reason. Here is the thing about intuition. Sometimes it whispers. It's a really, really subtle feeling. Sometimes it screams, and there's like, it's like a punch in your gut. Like you just boom, and it's a strong, strong feeling. And sometimes it's just a knowing. It's a calm, it's a patient knowing. Sometimes you feel it right here in your throat. And if you listen to your intuition, next time it becomes even more clear and it becomes even more loud. But not in a bad way. It's just easier to understand. And if you don't listen to it, sometimes you actually get hurt. And sometimes a little and sometimes a lot. And I actually have a really good story on intuition, but I'll leave it for my intuition video. But my point is, hopefully eventually we'll learn to listen to it consistently. And then the more you listen to it, the more it's gonna open up and the more it's gonna speak to you. And the more like you get these messages from your higher self, which is absolutely amazing and such a better way to live your life, because you're going with the flow, you're consistent with, you know, with your destiny and what you're here to experience. In a really good way. The universe doesn't want you to suffer. The universe wants all of us to be happy. The universe is love. It's just love. So also you can think of intuition as a muscle, or creativity also works like that. The more you use it, the more you can use it, the stronger it gets, and the more like range of motion you have, and the more interesting life is. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button, and don't forget to give me a like, so that really helps out the channel too. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.